This week on the No More Late Fees podcast, we are joined by photographer, graphic designer, writer, and cosplayer Jonathan Belle. Welcome, Jonathan.
Hi, thanks for having me on your show.
We're very excited. Well, at least I know I am because I've been following you for a while on social media and really
Oh, well,
love.
thank you.
Yeah. Obviously, your photography is amazing. And I love how you do series where you kind of explain how you come up with some of your ideas and just how to take like better headshots, just in a very creative way. I think it's really cool to not just show the shots that you get, but how you get them. So
Well, thank you very much.
yeah, how did you get into all of this? I mean, obviously it has evolved from what you first started with, right?
Yeah, so basically, I've kind of always liked computers and graphic design back in the early 2000s or before that. I started using Photoshop, like Photoshop 7 when it was around and kind of just playing with images and stuff. But I didn't start really doing photography until 2009 when I bought my first camera. Before then, I was just always like downloading images off the web or looking for stuff to just manipulate graphically wise. And then I just wanted to start taking my own pictures to do that with. And that's when I got my first DSLR camera. So it's been about 14 years. 14 years now.
Well, that's awesome. So how did you end up fitting in cosplaying?
Well, so Superman has always been like my favorite superhero, but I love like dressing up too, or like just wearing different types of clothes or kind of like really always expressing myself. But I never really liked the like original Christopher Reeves suit to like just wear because it didn't seem very like realistic, even though it is like, a made up character. But
Right.
when Man of Steel came out and I saw that suit, I was like, okay, well, dang, that one is actually going to like photograph really nicely in like a real world setting because it looks like a uniform, not like a costume, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I found somebody to make that. And then that's when I decided to start like going around taking photos of myself in that. But honestly, in that suit, I just like love to wear it. I would just wear it to the grocery store sometimes because I like being in it so much.
And how did you become Seattle's Superman?
Okay, so that was I kind of like setting these little goals for me, but all of a sudden that really came out of me. I was living in Texas at the time and I always wanted to like be more creative and travel and do photography, and I kind of got into this almost serious accident, and it kind of had one of those like life awakening experiences. And I was like, you know what, I should move to Seattle and pursue what I want to do. So I moved there. I van lifed it out there for about a year and a half. I got the suit and I wanted to see if I could like coin myself as that out there by like doing what I wanted. And I actually ended up doing it. So that was kind of cool.
That's not
But
kind of cool.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, we
Wow.
have a game for you. It's called Do You Remember? Okay, I got a little confused. I'm probably going to say that a lot during the episode, but this movie was released in 2000, but at a film festival, but it wasn't really in wide release till 2001. So I went back and forth and I just decided to go with the year 2000. And so this game is a few questions from pop culture in the year 2000. And we're just going to
All
go with
righty.
that.
Let's test this knowledge here.
Okay. Who did not have a number one single in the year 2000? And we have choices for you, unless you just know it off the top of your head. We have Savage Garden, Janet Jackson, Destiny's Child, or Britney Spears.
Taking you back.
I'm gonna go with Britney Spears.
You are
Yeah,
correct.
that was a trick question because, Brit was everywhere. But yeah, she didn't have a number one single, which is interesting.
Because at Janet Jackson, it was probably like All For You or something during
Yeah.
that time.
She had
And
2, I think, and Destiny's Child had 2.
yeah. And I know like I listen to a lot of like Star 98.7 in Los Angeles, which is like the whole kind of contemporary Goo Goo Dolls sort of blind type deal, you know? So, but yeah,
Right.
no, I can't believe I got that one. All right.
Way to go. Bonus, just a side question. Have you ever heard of a song called Jimmy Ray?
Jimmy Ray. No, not off the top of my head.
I will send you the link to that said video later. Jackie, I remember it. It never leaves my brain, but I showed it to Jackie a few episodes ago, and I think her world was rocked.
I recognized the song as it played, but the music video, there are questions.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to check it out.
All right, what's the next one?
What is the top TV show of 2000? Friends, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Survivor, or ER?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No.
Whoa,
Oh,
close.
dang.
It was the other reality TV on the list.
Oh, Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah, that damn Survivor.
Is it? And it's still going on, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
isn't that
Like,
crazy?
golly,
Not-
yeah.
Not only is it going on, they have 2 seasons a year.
Oh, so that's why they're like in season 38 or 40 or something. I'm like, that doesn't add up because when I'm like, it can't be that long though. But I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so that actually makes sense.
Yeah, that's not the reality show. If I was going to choose, I'm not picking Survivor.
You're not going out on an island?
Hell no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was cool like the first 5 seasons or so, but I think that really got repetitive.
Yes.
And now with like, because back then they didn't really have all these nature cable channels, right? So now
Right.
they all have their different types of stuff. So I'm like, how does it still staying afloat, Survivor, when it's
There's just some people that are diehard Survivor fans. They're gonna ride it till the wheels come off.
100%. Yeah, no. If I complain about bathing, about people saying that they don't bathe, I can't even imagine those people on that show. I know they're not bathing. I don't know what kind of soap they have. I'm not going
They
on
don't
that.
have soap unless they win a luxury challenge.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey.
dang, I forgot all about that day.
Yeah, no, hard pass on Survivor. I'm not surviving other people's BO. It's not happening.
Okay, but would you feel better on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes, 100, call a friend. Yeah.
Mm.
I think I would be fine. Trivia, no problem. Not bathing, absolutely not.
That's where she draws the line.
That is the hard line in the sand for me.
Understandable.
It was People Magazine's year 2000 sexiest man alive.
We have Denzel Washington, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, or Pierce Brosnan.
I'm gonna say George Clooney.
So close. His bestie, Pierce? It was Brad Pitt.
Oh, it was one of those two people. I feel like George Clooney was. I was like, I knew you were gonna say that name, and that's what I decided to go with.
Pierce Brosnan actually won the year in the 2001. So you were close.
Oh yeah.
It's when he started playing Bond.
Oh, thank Jesus. The only one I've probably seen.
Which movie was the top movie that year? X-Men, Mission Impossible 2, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or Meet the Parents?
I'm gonna say How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
You got
it.
That's
a great guess. I wouldn't have guessed that one.
That movie was huge.
It was
so big.
And it had like mass appeal.
Yeah, everybody. So I remember seeing that actually in the theaters. That was that was like a whole cultural phenomenon Jim Carrey thing. It was really, really, really well received when it came out. But then again, Limp Bizkit and that whole Mission Impossible theme song, like I will never forget that song. Take a look around.
That's not the one that really gets me is a song that Halle Berry, I think it was for
The World Is Not Enough.
No, it was Jessica, I think.
Yeah.
and she's in the video with Fred Durst. It's so creepy weird, and he looks like he's gonna make out with her, and I'm like, why, Halle? Why we gotta go here? Like,
I've never seen it. But speaking of Halle Berry, she is like all over Twitter now, like just living it up on there.
she's
Pretty cool.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I like her tweets a lot. The one where somebody made a tweet about a child's gonna go missing, and like, if she's going to bring them back by what wig she's wearing. That I think I did a TikTok. I died laughing. I don't even think I'm saying anything in the TikTok. I'm just going through the tweets because it was just like, was so hilarious. But it's true.
Yeah.
Someone's like, if she got that short bob, she coming back home with a child.
That was a whole era for sure.
Okay, our last question. Who was the winner of the MTV Movie Awards Best Kiss that year? Drew Barrymore and Michael Vartan for Never Been Kissed, Katie Holmes and Barry Watson for Teaching Miss Tingle, Hilary Swank and Chloe Sevigny for Boys Don't Cry, or Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair for Cruel Intentions?
I'm gonna say Cruel Intentions.
You got it.
Yeah, that kiss is pretty epic. And if it's not two girls kissing, did it happen in the 2000s? Probably not.
Yeah, I thought it was like it's Spider-Man, but no, that was 2002, I think. But yeah, I remember that one. That was like a big deal back in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
To me, the only thing I ever remember about that kiss is the spit trail.
Yeah.
And that took me out of the movie every goddamn time. Even when I rewatch it, I try to just fast forward it because, like, you know how I am. All right, so I have a question for all of us. Since we're doing Memento this week, which 90s or 2000s pop culture moment would you erase from your mind if you could?
Oh, erase from your mind.
Erase from your mind, like you would never have to think about it again. And it could be just something just fun. Like, obviously we would be good human beings to say stuff like 9/11, but we're being silly on a podcast, so let's keep it to fun stuff, I guess.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't, now that I'm trying to think about it, I'm like, what?
I have a perfect,
but also like, go ahead.
I have a good example for you guys if you're trying to figure it out. For me, it is the kiss between Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley at one of those MTV awards.
Yeah.
Young awkward. Me couldn't handle it. I was just like, what's happening? In my heart, Michael Jackson is asexual. I don't want to know that he's kissing anybody. I don't know why. It just was like, what's happening? It was not fun for me. So I would take that moment back because it was real awkward. I don't want to see it again, but I see it in my brain a lot.
I've actually never seen that. So I grew up without like cable. So I never watched MTV or like if I watched cable, it was when I went over to my best friend's house and we would watch like music videos all night and stuff like that, or like the Disney Channel, because I never had it growing up. So a lot of like pop culture things in that regard, I've only seen like way later in life. But I guess like now, the equivalent to that would be like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, or or like Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson Super Bowl thing. You know what I mean?
That's a good one. Yeah.
But now I'm like, I don't think I watched enough MTV and stuff to know what was there at the time being. You know what I mean?
Gosh, to be you, Jonathan.
Oh no, I mean, I was raised very, very, very religious, like Christian. So that's why, like, everything was kind of secular, and it was either Disney movies or this or that, and all the Christian kind of radio stations. So that was the reason why.
The moment that popped into my head first,
can't wait,
was it also happened at the Video Music Awards. It was the three-way kiss between Madonna and Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. It was just so unnecessary and like just for show and just for reaction.
Now, if I were to believe one of my aunts who said it was demonic play happening on the stage, I could believe it for that because it was like a transfer of power that happened. It was super weird.
Yeah.
And like you said, unnecessary. But the caveat is the only good thing that came out of that was seeing Justin Timberlake's face afterwards because he looked pretty pissed. And I love to see it.
I also get secondhand embarrassment from when Ashley Simpson was caught
lip syncing
on an SNL. Like, I just feel bad for her. And then she does that jig because she doesn't know what to do and runs off stage. I'm like,
he was all of us. Because who hasn't done a jig out of embarrassment? I know I have.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, that was like, ooh, that was pretty sad.
Awkward.
Yeah, to me, the worst secondhand embarrassment is Little Mama getting on the stage with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys when they were singing New York. She still hasn't. That ruined her career.
See, and I still haven't even seen that video.
You should look that one up.
I will. I should literally probably just go on YouTube and type in like whatever keyword is for the 2000s, like most embarrassing pop culture moments, and figure out and see what comes up.
I'm sure there's a compilation out there somewhere.
No, well, we all need to go do our research. We could do a special show just dedicated to like the worst pop culture moments that have. We could do a quiz too. Ask everybody, what do you want to erase? Yeah. But so Jackie and I both work at Blockbuster.
Oh wait, I got one.
Oh,
Tom Cruise jumping on a couch.
Yes, that's a good one.
I like when they make fun of that one in Scary Movie. So Jackie and I used to work at Blockbuster, and we had an employee picks wall at our Blockbuster. Most Blockbusters did. So we get our guests to give 3 of their favorite movies that they would have on their employee picks from 1995 to 2005, any movie from that time period. You get 3.
Okay, well, my very first job was at a Best Buy in the DVD and like video section, and Memento was actually one of my picks on the shelves that we had for employees. But so between that one and I really love Jay and Silent Bob's Strike Back. I don't know. I think that was made before 2005.
It was 2001.
Yes,
we did it last season or the season before.
Our first season episode.
First season.
I don't know why that sticks in my head.
That's probably one of my favorite like comedy movies. And then another one would probably have to be when did a Goofy movie come out?
96.
Oh, okay.
96 or 95. Or 90,
yeah, but it's in our time frame.
Yeah, we did that.
Oh, okay, and then probably a Goofy movie too.
Excellent choice.
Or Zoolander. When did Zoolander come out?
2001.
Yeah.
So Jay and Silent Bob, Memento, and Zoolander, I think.
Zoolander.
Okay. Jackie, I can't wait for us to have to do Zoolander.
I will push it off as long as possible.
All right.
Well, what was yours?
R3?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we've done this before, but I can't remember which ones. All top 3. I think Amelie was one of mine.
Scream was one of mine.
Yeah. Clueless. I will always choose Clueless.
And I think Mean Girls was your 3rd.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be like Scream, Disney's Hercules, and
so good. Yeah.
It's so good. And probably like The Mummy.
Yeah.
That was a great. So when I saw Hercules in the theater, I went with a friend, and she literally left. She like stood up and left to go like not be in the dark to feed her Tamagotchi.
If that is not a quintessential like millennial story, I don't know what it is.
And I was like, I can't believe she was doing that. But yeah, the Mummy too. And I went with like a group of friends to go see that. And when those little scarabs were around, a friend of mine, like, he put his hand behind the seat and like did one of these things to the person next to me, and he jumped up so high.
That would kill me.
Danielle does not care for the creepy crawlers. She had a hard time watching Men in Black.
Yeah, that was hard. You know, this show is making me realize that I've got a lot of phobias. And I don't know if they're connected in any way, but oh God. Yeah, when we do not Battlestar Galactica, Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be good. I'm not gonna be good. I might have to get an alternate to come in.
What about
me.
Eight-Legged Freaks?
Don't want to do that one either. Really don't.
It'll be so much fun.
I don't even want to think about it. But Jonathan, why don't you tell everybody how they can find you on social and support you?
Oh, well, my name is Jonathan Belle, JonathanBelle. You could type that into any social media platform and I will come up.
Nice. And you guys can check us out at No More Late Fees on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And stay tuned for our Memento episode with Jonathan later this week.
And as always, be kind and rewind.